Hey guys, I know it's been so long since I last posted a video, but I've been doing some thinking and I decided that I wanted to make a few educational videos as well. Um, and this video is going to be about how my grandmother, or my abuela rather, taught me how to subtract. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's get started. So, we are going to use the numbers 266.66 and 99.90. So, I hope the way I explain this is as thorough as possible. When you get so used to doing something, but you can't thoroughly explain why you're doing it or what the steps are, um, then it becomes a little bit complicated. But um, yeah, when I was younger, my grandmother taught me how to subtract in this way. I know everybody does it differently. Hopefully, this can be a helpful guide to someone. But this is the way I learned, and yeah, it has always stuck with me and helped me. So I figured I should share. Okay, so as you can see on your extreme left, as my mom would say, oh, you have a 2 and there's no number below it, right? And we're subtracting. So we're going to cross out the 2, add a 1 on top since we're subtracting. Now we're going to do 1 minus 0, and of course that is 1. For your next number, you have a 6. And you see that the number 6 is smaller than 9, right? So in order to make our top number bigger than our bottom number, we are going to add a 1 to it. Before you make your next move, you want to see that the number that's coming up next is also smaller than your bottom number, and if it is, you're going to add a 1 there as well. Now let's just focus on these numbers. Since we are subtracting, you are going to cross out your new number, which is 16. It's not 6 anymore, it's 16. You're going to cross that out, and now you have the number 15. So 15 minus 9 is 6. And you're going to do the same thing for this number 16. Once you cross it out, it is now 15. And you're going to minus the 9 from the 15, and you get 6 again. And okay, for this part, as you can see, we are currently right here, and we added our 1 because, again, our top number is smaller than our bottom number. We add the 1 to make the number 16 so that our top number is bigger than our bottom number so that we can subtract. So now that we've added the 1, this stays at 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. You see that with this last 6 here, the top number is bigger than the bottom number, so we do not need to add a 1 to it to make it bigger. Neither do we need to cross it out. We just subtract, and this will be 6. So 266.66 minus 99.90 equals 166.76. Something I also forgot to mention is Whenever you are writing your numbers down, make sure that the largest number is on the top, so you can subtract the right way. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let me see what I want to start with. Okay. This is 3001 minus 2015. Okay, so when you look and assess what your problem is, you will see that the 0 here is smaller than the bottom number, which is 1. And we all know that 0 minus 0 is 0. However, in order for you to make this 0 a bigger number so that you can subtract it with 1, I'm going to have to add a 1 and make it 10. So since we looked ahead and noticed that we're going to do this, you have to cross out this 3 and you add a 2 at the top because you're subtracting. 2 minus 2 is 0. We don't need to write the 0, but just for you to understand, let's write the 0. And for here, like I said, we're going to need to make this a bigger number because we need these last two numbers to turn into a bigger number. In order to do that, we have to start from the very beginning and work our way down. So now this is a 10. You cross out your 10, which becomes a 9. Just take a mental note of it. You don't need to write it to confuse yourself. The 10 is crossed out and becomes a 9, so 9 minus 0 is 9. You're going to do the same thing here. We're adding a 1, making this 10. Then we cross out that 10, and this number now becomes a 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. For this one, we are just going to add a 1 to make it an 11, which is essentially bigger than the number 5, and that's what we want to be able to subtract. So this doesn't need to be crossed out because obviously there's no numbers to subtract after this last number. 11 minus 5 is 6. So our answer here is 986. Now we're going to do a simpler one that doesn't require all that crossing out. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So your answer is 41. Let's do, say, 85 minus 42. You know 8 minus 4 is 4. 5 minus 2 is 3. If you ever have any trouble subtracting, of course you can always jot a little side note. Like, okay, let's try this again so I can show you what I mean. 85 minus 42. So say for instance you want to do it quickly and you don't remember, or you're someone that uses their fingers to add or subtract like I do. That it's just always stuck with me. But if you don't want to do that and you're in a public setting or wherever, you can just say, okay, how many numbers does it take to get to 8? Which you would do this. You say 4 to yourself, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 4, right? How many numbers does it take to get to 5? You say 2 in your head, 3, 4, 5. And that's 3. So you would write down your 3. Now let's try 672. Let's do it this way in dollar form. In case you see it anywhere like that, you don't get confused or get anxiety. Same concept. So minus 6 minus 3 is 3. And if you want to do a side note just to check how many numbers does it take to get to 6, say 3 to yourself, then you write down 4, 5, 6. So that's 3 numbers it takes to get to 6. 7 minus 5 is 2. How many numbers does it take to get from 5 to 7? You say 5 to yourself, then you count 6, 7, and that's 2 numbers. And 2 minus 1 is 1. How many numbers does it take to get from 1 to 2? You say 1 to yourself, you write down the next one, and that equals 2, sorry. So I'm not even gonna edit that. And then you bring down your zeros, and your answer is $321. Okay, 57 minus 39. So remember, we are looking at the rest of our problem, and we see that the number after 5 is smaller than the bottom number. So we are going to have to do what we've been doing before. We're going to cross out the 5, add a 4 on top. 4 minus 3 is 1. And we are adding a 1 to the 7, so it can become 17, which is a bigger number than 9. And we can subtract this way, and you get 8. So our answer is 18. And you can check to see if this is right by asking yourself, how many numbers does it take to get to 4? Because that's the number we're working with, and obviously that's 1. It takes 1 number. And with this, you can ask yourself, how many numbers does it take to get to 17 from 9? And you're going to do this. Say 9 to yourself. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you know it takes 8 numbers to get to the number 17. So you know that it's right. Okay, so I'm going to do this one silently, and you should too. See if you can follow along while I'm doing it. Let's do this one silently as well. See if you can follow along. Okay, let's try another one. 769 minus 578. Let's do this one silently. Last but not least,